Welcome to 8 Days with 8 Ponies. This is my first weekly video giving you an insight into our crazy pony world. Coming up on this video, I'll be talking about our last 8 days. We've had issues with eyes and flies, and where did the grass go? Be looking at the pony walks and training that's been happening, been doing obstacles, desensitization. I've been working intensively with Frodo, who is impossible to catch. He doesn't trust people. And can horses be jealous? I've had a bit of a sulky tear on my hands this week. Finally, I'll give you an update on my relationship reject experiment. I arrived on Sunday to find that Odin could only see out of one eye, the other eye was completely swollen, and I think he did it by doing this the day before. He banged his head at one point when he was trying to take it out of the barrel, and it didn't seem to bother him at the time. The next day, it was all swollen, like someone had punched him in the face, and he couldn't open it, poor thing. And it was so hot that the flies were being such a bother, they were really getting into it, and I was a bit worried that it was infected. So it was a Sunday, and my options were call the vet, very expensive, or give him some anti-inflammatory pain meds that I happen to have from when the vet visited last, so I gave him some of that. Within a couple of hours, the swelling had gone down. I also applied some golden eye ointment, which is a human treatment. Actually clears up any infection in the eye in the ponies as well. It's something I've used before. And Odin he's such a good boy. He's really good at letting you do things to him. And the dirty flies, horrible things. I don't know, some people might think that I was wrong for not calling a vet immediately, but I think you have to make these judgment calls when you have horses and ponies. Vets are really expensive. Sometimes you do actually know what the problem is, you've seen it before. Ponies do bang themselves, they bang their eyes, sometimes they get swellings. The first thing to do is to always give anti-inflammatory and pain meds to make sure that they're not in any discomfort. Then to check for any signs of infection and temperature, etc. I would always call a vet if the ponies needed a vet. If I had no idea what was wrong, if it was obvious that they needed a vet, I would call them Sunday, night, whatever. I've actually had a few issues recently. I've become aware of people who didn't call a vet when a pony probably did need to see one. And it's made me think a lot about, how the decisions that we have to make, the responsibilities that we have. And quite often people are put off calling vets because of the expense. I do think that there should be a way that you can say, I need pain medication for my ponies, I need anti-inflammatory medications, and that the vet shouldn't need to come out to issue those. I think that you should be able to request those. We can go to a chemist and buy those medications for ourselves without seeing a doctor, yet we can't do that for our animals. It seems ridiculous. I know that there will be people that will abuse that power. If that was allowed, then people would just over-medicate horses in some cases, and they would treat them instead of getting them the veterinary care they need. So I understand that, but it's very frustrating when you are an owner who would use it wisely, who makes those judgment calls, but then has to pay £100 just to basically get some anti-inflammatories. It's a bit of a ludicrous system really, and it does wind me up. I mean, we can have telephone calls with our GPs now, and they can assess on the basis of that telephone call whether what we're saying is legitimate and issue the medication. Surely we can do that with vets, but it would mean that vets wouldn't be getting paid the £150 to then issue that medication. So I suppose there's not much incentive for them, but it would actually be better for the welfare of a lot of horses and ponies, and surely that has to be priority. The day after Odin's eye was all swollen, I arrived to find little Mouse here with one of his eyes completely closed and swollen and flies all over it. Mouse isn't quite halter trained yet, so I couldn't put eye cream on him, and I had to rely on anti-inflammatory meds in his food, which I'm pleased to say worked really quickly and got things under control, so well done the meds. The other big issue over the last week has been the grass. It's just disappeared and turned to dust. We were doing quite well for spring and the start of summer because we were having a nice mixture of rain and sunshine, but the recent very dry, hot spell has just completely turned everything to dust. So the ponies are back on hay and haylage to give them something to eat. So that has me busy loading up dumpy bags and taking them feed. They quite enjoy it. I always say it's like a duvet day for them. They just get kind of food served to them where they are and they get to take it easy. But it would be nice to have some rain and it would be nice for the grass to grow again. The other things that have been going on this week, I've been doing training. Odin has been busy with training. We've been doing desensitization stuff in the round pen. Odin's been getting used to going out and about on walks now. He's 5 years old. He's one of the first 2 ponies that I've got. He's doing well with his training. He walks nicely on a lead rope. He gives to steady pressure. His yields are good. He's quite calm in different situations. He doesn't really flap when things are going on around him, and I've been really exposing him to lots of different energy and lots of different obstacles to deal with in the round pen. I've had him pushing barrels, which he seemed to really enjoy, and he had quite the talent for pushing things with his nose. I was very impressed with him, and he's got used to lots of energy going on around him, me using the hula hoop, me flapping tarps and blankets and flags, and he's stayed really chilled. I've got an old little pony trap, a little cart, that I'm hoping that maybe Odin, or maybe one of the others like Ari, if it's too small for Odin, I'm hoping, my dream is for Odin to pull the little trap and for me to give up using my car and I can just use pony transport instead. I'd love to go to the shop with Odin in a little pony trap. It would be so much fun. So I'm getting him used to going out onto the road, getting him used to traffic bit by bit, so that he's doing his preparation for becoming a little driving pony, which would be quite amazing. He's such a little character, Odin, and he's really willing to learn. He loves to do stuff. He likes the rewards that you get afterwards, definitely. Tyr has also had some training this week. Tyr is getting ready to be ridden. I've never prepared a horse or pony to ride before. Tyr's my first one. He's been having the saddle on him and he's accepting that really well. He's doing well with his yields and he's very confident out and about. He's also been out on a walk to the road to have a look at traffic and just to get used to sights and sounds when he's out and about. And I'm hoping that Tyr will be my little personal transport pony so that I can ride from the famous 5 herd up the road to the tiny trio, and I can park Tyr in my garden or in a field, a little paddock next to the tiny trio, and he can help me carry things between. Again, my aim is to give up my car and rely on pony transport. I think that's the most environmentally friendly way that you can travel these days. Tyr has actually been a bit sulky this week, and I'm not sure if he's jealous about all of the time that I've been spending with Frodo, because I've been doing lots of intensive sessions with Frodo, and Tyr is used to me doing lots of intensive sessions with him because we had to work through a problem he had with having his hoofs done. I've done a video on that, Hoof Care Hell, if you want to see the story behind Tyr and his journey to becoming a good boy with his hooves. He was a nightmare. I have to really focus on Frodo. He's the only one that I'm not able to head collar and do his hooves out of the famous 5, and his hooves do need work now. Frodo, he's been scared in the past, he doesn't trust people, and it's taken a long time to get to the point where he will stand still and let me put a rope over his neck. I'm using the lunge whip at the moment. It's been a really delicate process. I'm so pleased that we've got to the point that we're at now, and I'm just really proud of him for daring to trust again, really, because he was trapped and tricked. Nobody meant to do him any harm. People were just in a hurry, they needed to get things done, and unfortunately he suffered the consequences. Working with Frodo has had me thinking lots about trauma, really, and where it leads if it's unresolved. Unfortunately, it leads to more trauma and more stress. For Frodo, his fear of being caught led to people doing other things to him that scared him even more. And because his response is to freeze and fawn, to just do what people expect of him, even more pressure is put on, and so then he experiences even more fear. And then he just found ways to avoid that. It was his last defence, avoidance, because once he was trapped, he lost all power, and it was his final way of saying no, to just avoid. And I can understand that. I'm just really grateful and relieved that he's ended up with me, that all of his no's and being impossible and annoying for other people to catch meant that I ended up with him. I also know that he was separated abruptly from his buddy that he had lived with very closely since he was a baby, and this happened, it's life, isn't it, circumstances, but they were separated abruptly, and the other pony was quite confident and Frodo was the insecure one, and he was separated and then he got moved around from place to place, was in an unstable situation, so it just gave him even more reasons to not trust people or their motives. So I understand why he's the way that he is. I understand his apprehension and why he wouldn't really want to trust again. I get that. I think it must be a very lonely and scary place to be, and Frodo's been there for a long time, and I'm determined to be able to bring him out of it in a positive way, and I'm hoping that the bond that we create by doing things this way will be very special. It feels like it's very special already. Frodo has also now got a new best friend. His best buddy is Loki, who he adores, or he bosses around, I'm not sure. I think Loki quite likes being his special one. I do see myself in Frodo. Trauma, for me, led to more trauma. My response was also to freeze and fawn. I would tolerate people. I used drugs and things to actually allow myself to be in situations with people. It was my version of shutting down, so I understand Frodo's fear. I attempted to start my relationship reject experiment that I've been mentioning in other videos, but I'm not really sure that I'm actually interested in getting to know anyone. Filming my YouTube videos about why I prefer ponies to people and why I reject relationships, it just made me think about what a date is, made me think about what a relationship would be, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought, I really haven't got the time, and I really don't think I've got any actual desire or interest to get to know someone. I really enjoy doing what I'm doing with the ponies, and the conversation that I'm most interested in having at the moment is the conversation I'm having with Frodo, because it's raw, it's real. I don't have to stroke his ego or validate him in any way. It feels like an honest space, and when I'm with Frodo, when I'm with the other ponies, and we're having conversations and we're spending time together, I feel most at ease. My nervous system relaxed totally around the ponies, and around people that's just not fully possible. And the idea of dating, it just seems like a stress, a distraction, an inconvenience really, that would just take me away from the things that I really want to do. So my experiment has ended in me just feeling even more sure that I prefer ponies to people, and that I'm actually in a really secure and happy place because I know that, because I don't need a relationship. I'm fulfilled in my life and in my relationships with the ponies, the purpose that they give me, and that's lovely. So I think rather than resisting it, rather than trying to do things because it might show that I'm healthy, or it might show that I've evolved or healed in some way, I should just embrace living the life that healing has given me, and that life is horsemanship, it's ponies, it's the joy of the moments with each one of them, it's the excitement, the hope and satisfaction that I get from overcoming Frodo's fear, the things I get to do with the ponies are so special. They're things that many people will never experience. There is nothing quite like seeing the light coming on in Frodo's eyes when I bring him out of shutdown, when I bring him out of that frozen state. And that's so special because I know what it's like to be in that space. I know how it feels to be frozen with fear, to feel like there's no point in trying. And I think because of that, Frodo and I are working in a very sort of unique way, and I feel that it's teaching me as much about healing and trust as it is him. It's magical really that we've been put together in this position at these times in our lives. I mean, that is special.